Hi, this is Rabbi Tzvi Miandel of Congregation Kahal B'nai Yisrael. We came to study the what's called Pirkei Avos. Literally, that means the chapters of the ancestors. This is the Jewish study of ethics, which encompasses the special love and closeness that the Jewish people have to the God, Creator, and Father of the Jewish people. The study of Pirkei Avos includes in itself how one can grow spiritually between man and God, man and man, and man and his own self. And we'll start right now. First chapter, first Mishnah. Mishnah is like a paragraph. Says as follows: Moshe received the Torah from Mount Sinai, from the one who revealed himself on Mount Sinai, which is God Himself, Hashem Himself. And the Mishnah is telling us that Moshe was humble just like Mount Sinai is humble. This is a special attribute that God gave the Jewish people in a very special way. And He gave it over to Yeshua, His student, and Yeshua to the elders, and the elders to the prophets, and the prophets the people of the great authority, of the great assembly. They said three things. One should be slow in judgment, one shall have many students, and one should make a fence to the Torah. We'll go back now to explain the Mishnah on a level that we could relate to in an easier way and in a more truthful way for our level. The Creator of the world created everything in the world: trees, grass, dogs, animals, people, everything. So that everything that He created has a special connection to Him, nothing being unimportant, and everything with a purpose. A tree has to be a tree, grass has to be grass, an animal has to be an animal, a person has to be a person. But the Jewish people have a special connection to God, because our soul, our neshama, is part of God Himself, part of the Creator Himself. So the Pirkei Avos, which states in its introduction, all the Jews have a special part in the world to come, means that just like everything else has its purpose, our purpose is a very special purpose. And we're connected to God in an eternal way, being that we're part of God, but that comes with the responsibility. It's not just being haughty or better than someone else. That's not what it means. The responsibility, if we carry it out, that gives us a very special place in this world and in our eternal world. And in fact, it also connects us with everything else in the world that exists. So, Moshe, who received the Torah from Mount Sinai and gave it to his student, and so on, as we said, started with, we should call it the judicial system within the Jewish nation, judicial system within the person himself, and how a person judges everything in the world. And the first thing they said was, be slow at judgment. Since, as we said, everything has a special connection to God, so one doesn't say, wait a minute, because this is how this should be judged, so too, another thing should be judged the same. No. The other thing has its special connection to God. So maybe your judgment for the first thing doesn't pertain to the second thing. So we say, have a Masulim Badin. Look through the person or place or whatever it might be in a separate light than you did the first time, even though the cases might look the same. The second thing it said was that one should have as many students as possible. Hopefully, we'll have many students here that maybe haven't ever studied before or know much of our religion. But again, there's 2 points here. First of all, have as many students as you can. But don't be a manipulator. Don't make them have to be only one way and only your way. Ha'amidu, make them stand on their own. Make your students leaders, because everyone has that special connection to God, as we said. And the last thing it says is make a fence to the Torah. So even though we're being so open and so considering so much consideration, you should be slow in judgment and make many students, but the Torah has to be real, and there has to be a fence, and it's not just translated however you want, and you're not on your own. God is listening to you every second. And one day you'll have to give a judgment to why you said something or didn't say something.